Hello, Sagar sir. Good evening, everyone. Am I audible? Hello. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello. Hello, sir.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, you're audible. Hello.
Yeah, ma'am. You're audible.
Oh. So, good evening, sir. Good evening, all. So, everyone, today we have Sagar sir with us. Okay, he will guide you today throughout the sessions. Okay, okay, sir. Please start.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. So very good evening to all. I hope I'm audible and visible as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let me share my screen over here. I hope my screen is also visible to everyone. Thank you. Yeah, shared screen is visible to all.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. So let us start the today's session. Today, regarding two different aspects where first of all we'll try to understand what are the essential things which are required to understand about your generative AI. Parallelly, we'll also be discussing regarding what is the roadmap to learn about generative AI. So let me introduce myself. My name is Dr. Sagar Dandrash Pandey, and I'm currently working as an associate professor in the Department of Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning at Symbiosis Institute of Technology, Pune campus. So let us start with the first agenda. So when we talk about the generative AI is about the new era. Now, to be very honest, generative AI is there from last 1 or 2 years. It was there earlier also, but now it is booming because the amount of data has been increased drastically. We are having bulk of data available with us, and that's the reason Gen AI or generative AI is right now trending. So it's not like today we are dealing with only generative AI. We all are using generative AI applications like LLMs, different LLMs we are using, including your Chat GPT, your Gemini, your Kimi, and number of tools are there which we are using when we talk about the generative AI. So when we are using it, the most important thing is if you want to build your career as an Gen AI developer or as an Gen AI engineer, so you should be knowing few important aspect. A lot of people do a common mistake that they directly jump into generative AI, but that is not the correct way. So let's try to understand how this new era is getting defined and how and what concepts we should be looking after when we talk about the Gen AI. So very important thing is we should understand first of all what is the primary difference between the traditional technique and the generative AI. So what is, we used to have transformer, we used to have techniques which was helping us to perform the task like classification. Now classification means we were able to identify whether a particular email is spam or not. We were able to identify whether the given image is dog or cat, depending upon the training data, whatever we were feeding. Similarly, we were also able to identify the outliers, and we were able to know that how our credit scores are getting affected. If let's suppose we wanted to detect a specific objects in the given image, that also we were able to do. How we were able to do that? Because our training data was trained in such a way that it was learning some feature, and those features were giving us the output based upon the threshold value which we have set for decision making, and then our ultimate outcome was coming or generating. Now this was the traditional technique which we are using. Now what big change is there in generative AI? How generative AI works? Ideally, when we talk about generative AI, there are two important things which we should be aware about. One is discriminator and another is generator. Now, what is this discriminator and generator? Generator will generate synthetic image. Now, what do you mean by synthetic image? Synthetic means nothing but your fake images. It will be generating. Now, based upon what it will be generating the fake images, it will be generating these fake images based upon your original data. Now, if let's suppose you are trying to create an application where you are having limited amount of images. Let's suppose you are having 50 samples of during COVID time. Let's suppose you are having 50 images of pneumonia patient or 50 images of MRI images you are having. So using those 50 image, if you wanted to train a model, it is not ideally feasible or possible to train a good model with only limited amount of data. So in such of the scenarios, what you should be doing is you should be looking after increasing this number of images. Now there are ways to increase. We can go for augmentation. We can flip the image. We can change the colors. Those things are possible. But yes, again, same images will be available with
Hello,
different.
sir.
Now what through generator, it tries. Yeah, ma'am.
Actually, your voice breaking.
Hello. Voice is breaking.
Yes.
Okay. Give me a minute. Am I audible now, ma'am?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for the confirmation. So when we talk about generative AI, what ideally generative AI do is it tries to generate the images based upon the original images, and these synthetic images are compared through your discriminator. Generator will generate the synthetic images and discriminator will compare these images, and it tries to map and reduce the error as much as possible so that we can have almost as good as the original images. So that is the task of your generator. Now, how it will help? It will help us to give to generate new images, which are almost same as that of the original images. But can we call it as uh, the original image? Ideally, no, because these will be considered as synthetic images. But yes, these will be efficient and sufficient enough to train your model. Now, this I'm giving as an example. Now, in this example, we are considering image-based work. Similarly, you can think of your text-based work. Like you're trying to give a data which is textual. You have written, let's suppose on specific topic, you are having 10 different articles. Let us discuss in terms of war. And recent news are getting out, and you have got 4 or 5 articles related to war. Now, if you wanted to write down a blog based upon this, what your Gen AI will do, it will try to consider all the five blocks. It will try to use its generator to generate the block based upon the content which is available. Along with that, through discriminator, it will try to map and it will try to correlate all the five different articles which it was considering while generating the new one. So this it will be going to do, and it will create entirely a new block. No doubt, the crux will be ultimately considered from the existing five articles itself, but yes, it will be writing it on our own. Same thing it is doing in your chat GPT. Same thing it is doing in your Gemini also. Same thing it is doing for your Kiwi as well. So a number of LLMs are available. You have to use it as per your requirement. Now, again, while using, when we talk about the usage, a lot of people are using the same LLMs for all the tasks. Like when I wanted to create or write down any email, I'll be using ChatGPT. If I wanted to generate an PPT, I will be using ChatGPT. But that is not the correct way of using the LLMs. When we talk about the usage, there are specifics or specific LLMs which are available. And when I talk about specific LLM, like if you want to generate a PPT, you can go for gamma.ai. You can go for, if you want to specifically do research-based work, you can go for Gemini. So as per your requirement, you should be able to use this LLM tools. Then and then only you'll be getting more precise and relevant outcome. Otherwise, what will happen? You are going to a general physician and asking about specific requirement. Let's suppose you are having an eye disease or eye issue. So going to a general physician cannot resolve or cannot solve your problem, cannot give you the precise solution. Similarly, if you are going to use LLMs like ChatGPT for all the tasks, ultimately you will not be able to get the more relevant, more precise, and more accurate answers. So same thing is applicable in your LLM tools as well. I hope till this point everyone is clear. All of you understood how this traditional thing work and how generative AI works. Is this difference clear to everyone? Kindly acknowledge in the chat box. Give a thumbs up if till this point, if all of you are clear, so that I will come to know that yes, I was able to get to you. Give a thumbs up if till this point everyone is clear. All right. Yeah. Thank you for your prompt response. Now, moving ahead, talking about the next aspect. Next thing is, what are the core architecture which you should be considering? So don't directly jump into your generative AI. A lot of people, what they do is when they start learning generative AI, they directly start exploring Gen AI algorithms or Gen AI approaches, but that is not the correct way. Ideally, what you should do is first understand the core architecture. So when this Gen AI was generated or this concept was conceptualized, first of all, the foundation was done at transformer. Ideally, the backbone of your Gen AI is transformer. So you should understand what actually or how actually transformer works. Then what is the attention mechanism in transformer? What are encoder, decoder? And then further you can go for Gen AI. Now, whether you should be stuck with Gen AI itself, no. Things are there. You can next level go to GAN, generative adversarial networks. Then you can go for VAE, that is variational autoencoders. So these are available. Now still the journey is going on. We are into agentic AI. Then the time is there where you are having an application called as AGI, that is artificial general intelligence. Coming days, you'll be able to see artificial super intelligence, ASI, as well. So gone are those days when you used to have only one technology for 4 or 5 years. In the field of AI, in the world of AI, every 6 months you are able to see the updates. So that's why if you are not updated into this particular field, you'll not be able to sustain in the market. So be very wise, be very careful, and timely upgrades are very, very important, very, very necessary. You might have learned Python in the earlier days. You might have learned ML and DL in the earlier days. And you might be thinking that I can sustain with these fundamental stuff for long period. That is not the fact. Nowadays in industry, in companies, they are looking for upcoming techniques and technologies as well. So if you are aware about agentic AI, if you are aware about AGI, then definitely your chances will increase. So think from that point of view as well. Moving ahead, talking about the power of LLM. Now, LLM can be used in all type of data. Usually, we used to have structured and unstructured data. So for structured data, when we say we were able to have the data in the form of textual way, we were able to have the form, we were able to have the data in the form of CSV. So whatever tabular representation we used to have, that data we were able to access in the structured format. We were able to store it in the structured format. And for training that, it was very sufficient to have the basic encoding technique. We were basically having the embedding techniques. But now we are into multimedia. So when we want to generate images, when we want to even generate videos, so unstructured data should also be generated through your LLMs, and that is currently been possible. Now you can give a simple prompt, and yes, LLM can give you directly ready PPTs, ready-made videos, ready-made images as well. So this is pretty much possible. So when you are going for your LLMs, at that time you have to be very much clear that yes, you should not be in a situation that whenever you are learning the algorithms, whenever you are learning the approaches, don't get stuck for one type of data only. Try to learn, try to explore multiple types, other types of data as well. So if you have created an LLM for textual data, try to learn for video data, try to learn for image based data as well. So that you should be able to do. And the power of LLM is you can see n number of wonderful images are available, which are very difficult to understand and analyze that yes, whether it is actually through AI or is it through your normal human interference or human has created those. So it is very difficult to bifurcate between both of them. Moving ahead, talking about your next point, which is very important from your understanding point of view, that is the visual revolution. You can see this particular image. Earlier, whatever things we were imagining, imagination was there with us and we used to have the abstract stuff. But now, if you are a good prompt engineer, if you are a good person who can give specific prompt, so you can have in detail creative articles, creative images, creative videos as can be seen in this particular image over here. So here with the combination of GAN and diffusion model, we can have a realistic artifacts available with us. We can create specific required delusional or imaginary arts as well. So that is now possible through AI. This is one of the best example which you can see right here is itself. You can play with this particular image. You can change the tree colors. You can change the grass color combination as well. You can add a lot of things. You can add animals also in this particular image. So all of this can be done through simply by giving the prompts itself. Now, when we talk about creation and generation of new things, a lot of people think that giving prompt is an easy task. Ideally, until unless your prompts are not specific, you will not be able to get the more precise and relevant outcome. What does that mean? It means whenever you are creating any sort of, let's suppose you wanted to create a Persian cat image and you are trying to give n number of prompt related to cat, but you have not mentioned the specific details about this particular stuff, that you want cat image, you want a cat image who is drinking a milk, you want a cat image of which breed. So until and unless all of these specifications are not given, you will not be able to get the desired outcome. So giving a right prompt is also an art. You should have this skill. Very much important is how to utilize this skill in whatever field you are currently working into. So using prompt, appropriate prompt is very, very important for generation of this Gen AI based outcomes. That is very important. Moving ahead, talking about the AI ecosystem. Now, when we talk about the popular tools, these are some of the popular tools. Now the versions are very much upgraded. You are having Chat GPT, you are having Gemini, you are having Midjourney, you are having Claude, you are having Kiwi. Now, all of these, DeepSeek is also another important revolution which was there in the market. So all of these tools are designed and developed for different purposes. You might have, I'm not sure how many of you have heard about napkin.ai. I'm not sure how many of you have heard about other LLMs. So try and explore new type of LLMs for doing your day-to-day task. If you want to simply use generative AI into your life. Now, a lot of people might be thinking that if I want to do any specific task and I'm not aware whether the AI tool for that is available or not. So there are options which you can explore. There are tools which you can explore. Now, what kind of tools? When we talk about the exploration, can I have a specific knowledge? Like if I wanted to create a tool or if I wanted to use an already available or existing tool, is there any possibility of using that? The answer ultimately is yes. You can go for on the website, know your AI, or where I can get this AI website is there. Explore that particular website. That will give you the recommendation. If you want to have PPT generation, it will give you a recommendation for that, that this AI exists for using this particular or doing this particular task. So there are options available in the market. Only thing is awareness is lagging. So you should stay upgraded into your fields. Then and then only you'll be able to explore and get the benefit of using this generative AI stuff. Moving ahead, talking about your economic landscape. Now, will there be jobs available in generative AI? Like we are able to see things over here. Answer is absolutely yes. N number of openings are available in the field of generative AI. Now, if you talk about the comparative analysis, you can see gradually, right now we are into 2026, the graph is exponentially growing till 2035. You can see over here. So billions of dollars are getting invested, as well as you can see the growth in terms of packages also. So if you are having an additional knowledge, if you are aware about the latest trend in the market, definitely your package will be higher compared to the people who are having fundamental knowledge. So that's why whenever you are learning new things, make sure that you are upgraded into your fields. That particular thing can help you grow much better in compared to your peers. Why? Because if I'm recruiting a person, if all of you are aware about Gen AI only, you'll be getting almost same package. But if I'm recruiting a person with Gen AI plus agentic knowledge, definitely his package will be higher compared to the fundamental people. So yes, keep on upgrading in the field of Gen AI. That is the future. Now, what is the impact? So when we talk about the impact, as every 6 months you are able to see new trends, new technologies, the more quickly you are upgrading your skills, likely the chances are there that market will have adaptability. It will quickly give you more opportunities in terms of high paying jobs, in terms of skills based recruitment. It might be possible that currently you are working as an ML engineer. It might be possible that you are working as an AI engineer, but yes, you want to shift into Gen AI engineer. You want to shift into agentic AI engineer. So that shift is quickly possible with the upgrade in your tools. So that I would recommend. Efficiency in having the detailing about the tool is very, very important. Moving ahead, talking about the second important agenda for the day, which was the roadmap for becoming a generative AI engineer or master. So there are ideally 5 important phases. So let us try to understand all of these phases. Phase number 1 over here is understanding the fundamental. Start learning. If you are completely beginner, if you are completely a fresher, you don't have any sort of background or idea regarding how to become a Gen AI engineer, start learning first Python. Basics of Python is important. Once you are done with Python, then you go for the fundamental mathematical aspects which are related to linear algebra, your probability, your statistics. So your foundation is very, very important. If you're not clear with this fundamental, later you will again suffer. It should not happen that you are saying that I'm good in Python, but after when we are trying to explore libraries like pandas and seaborn, in that case you are not clear about how to create a function or how to create an array. So again you will have to go back and study Python. So this should not happen. So fundamental foundational stuff is very, very important. So once you are clear with all the fundamentals, once you are clear with all the foundation, then you can go for core AIML related concepts. So if you are interested in AI engineering post, you can go for uh, rule-based learning, logical thinking. Those areas you can explore. If you want to go for ML engineering option, you can go for classification, regression, reinforcement. Those options are there with you. Then if you want to upgrade and enhance yourself, you can think of deep learning skills. Like you can explore the CNN, RNN, LSTM, these algorithms that can give you a better knowledge. Once the core AIML concepts are clear with you. Now, while learning this core concept, again, a lot of people do one major mistake. Simply, they go to Chat GPT or they go to visit any LLMs, give a prompt, copy that code and paste it, and they feel like they are an ML engineer now, they are an ML developer now. That is not the ideal case. No doubt you can take help for reference, but until unless you are not clear that for this particular type of data, what algorithm is suitable, what algorithm is prominent, using of that will become very difficult for you. Because when we talk about, let's suppose I'm taking an example of SVM. So if you are a beginner, you might be using SVC, support vector classifier. But until and unless you are not clear what type of data I'm having, whether I'm having linear data, whether I'm having non-linear data, depending upon that, what kind of kernel you are selecting, like whether I'm selecting the RBF kernel, that is radial basis kernel, or I should be going for polynomial or quadratic. So ultimately, these all things comes with your experience. These experiences you will not be getting through the Chat GPT or through your prompts. What you should be doing is try to learn the mathematical foundation behind this algorithm as well. The fundamental, the core concepts through numerical approach or through the foundation of these approaches, these algorithms are very, very important. You are able to create a decision tree within fraction of second. Hardly you can copy the code and paste it. But when I talk about can we increase the number of tree? Can we change the mode? Can we go for a specific version of decision tree? I'm pretty much sure that a lot of people are not clear about what is decision tree C 4.5 version does. What is that 5.0 version do? What is the difference between 4.0 and 5.0? So until and unless you are not clear with this core concept, jumping directly into Gen AI is not a correct or good approach at all. Ideally, what I would suggest over here is clear with your all fundamental stuff, then go for the architectures. Now, architectures, right from the beginning, I'm telling you that the very first framework or the architecture which you should be clear about is the transformer. That's where your journey of Gen AI starts actually. So transformer is the first thing which you should be learning. Then go for attention model. Further, after learning attention model, go for your generative adversarial networks. Once you are done with the fundamental, again in GANs, a lot of types are there, subtypes are available. So you can go for cycle GAN, you can go for conditional GAN. So those things also you can explore as per your data, as per your requirement. Then go for fine tuning, hyperparameter tuning, then go for your prompt engineering aspect, because you will have to use, or you'll have to take the support of prompts as well. So fine tuning of prompt is another important thing. If you want to really upgrade or be updated, you can explore agentic AI, you can explore the RAG model, the CAG model as well. So these things you can do. And then the last phase is very important: ethics and deployment. Always make sure that whatever project you will be building through generative AI, as I have initially told you, that it will be generating fake things based upon the original one. Make sure that you are creating an ethically good application. You are taking care of the transparency of the data as well. Try to take the responsibility of whatever product you are creating, whatever project you are creating, because if you are not ensuring the safety, you might have seen n number of deep fake examples which are there in the market, which are there on the internet. So safety is very, very big concern. Generative AI can give you a lot of good outcomes, but yes, it can affect the safety and security aspect angles as well. So be very wise and careful while generating of such kind of application. Take care of hallucination, which is one of the major problem which is there in the outcomes which are created through generative AI. Now, what is hallucination? It can gives you, it can mimic that it is trying to give you the relevant outcome, but yes, ideally it is not able to generate the more relevant outcome. So that's the major concern with chat GPT. Also, hallucination is one of the biggest problem. Another important thing which you should be taking care is your bias control. It might be possible that due to, if let's suppose you are having multiple class of data, so out of 5 classes, I am having more data for 2 classes, less data for 3 classes. So in such of the situation, it might be possible that your model is biased towards the 2 classes where it is having more data. So in such of the cases, what ideally you should be doing is you should be going with proper pre-processing techniques, so that you can balance the data, you can manage the data, and then you can go for training. Further, if you want to go for deployment, I would suggest you can explore any of the cloud environment. You can go for AWS, you can go for Azure, anything, and then you can have even ML ops as well. Now, agentic ops are also there in the market. So upgrades are coming in a lightning speed, we can say. So fastly the AI revolution is going on. So making yourself upgraded is very, very crucial in this space. Otherwise, uh, you may fall behind in terms of the upgrades. So timely upgrades are very, very important in the field of AI. So these are the 5 phases you should be taking care of. As I've told you, responsible AI, that means in this particular field of generative AI, you should not be creating any sort of application about which you are not taking the responsibility of, in terms of safety, in terms of ethics, in terms of the privacy measures, whatever you have created. So create an application through Gen AI in a responsible way. That is what I would be suggesting over here. So if you have any question, you can ask over here. Otherwise, you can mail me, you can message me. My alternate mail ID is sagar.pandey@sitpune.edu.in. You can connect with me on LinkedIn as well. I am available over there also. So if you have any doubts, if
Yes,
you
please
have any
unmute
questions,
one by one and please ask your doubts.
yeah, you can ask your questions. We can take few questions, and then we will be winding up with the today's session. So you can write down your queries in the chat as well. I hope both the things are clear to everyone now. What is generative AI, the importance of generative AI, what is the upcoming trend which is going to come in the market. Along with that, what is the roadmap for your Gen AI? So I hope these things are clear to everyone. So any question in the chat, if it is there, you can let me know, ma'am. Otherwise, you can wind up.
Yes, sir. Please check the chat box. Hello. So Satya asked one question. So please check the chat.
Okay. Satya is asking, give some example of LLM and where they are used. So Satya, LLMs are nothing but your large language model. All your chat GPT, your Gemini, your cloud, all of these are applications of LLMs only, where large amount of data is used to generate the outcome. So ultimately, these all are generative AI applications which are created using the large amount of data which was existing. So I hope your query is addressed. Puneet is asking, sir, some Gen AI tools are paid. How to practice these tools for learning? No doubt that a number of tools are paid, but there are free tools which are available with us. So either you can use the trial version first, make sure that that particular tool is required and fulfilling your requirement. In very specific cases, you will have to go for paid tool because the output which is generated through those paid tools are actually what you're looking for. So you will have to make a decision like in which cases you want to go for paid one and in which cases you want to go for the free one. It's completely up to your requirement. And yes, as I have told you that if you want to go for the AI tools, you can search on where I will get this AI, and on that website you will be able to get the AI tool as per your requirement. Another question is there. Can you explain what is the use of adding noise and removing noise in diffusion model for clear image? So Vamshi, when you talk about adding noise, you are trying to add additional noise into the data so that your model will not be able to generate completely fake image. It will try to generate a relevant image. If you are removing that particular noise, you can have more precise relevant image as per the original data. Another question is, what is AGI and generic AI? So when we talk about AGI is artificial general intelligence. Generic AI, there is no as such term. Generic AI, generative AI is the term. So generative AI is what today we have seen, generating the data based upon the existing one, creating of the data. AGI is artificial general intelligence, where you will be generating the applications which will be able to solve your all problems. You can consider the multi-agent system. If you want to book and appointment with the doctor, one agent will try to check your calendar, one agent will try to check the availability with the doctor, one agent will try to check your schedule. So you can have a multi-agent system which will be performing all of your tasks, and ultimately that particular assignment what you were looking for, that booking of the appointment of the doctor, will be get done by these all multi-agent. That's your AGI which is there in the market. For videos, which LLM is used, and coding, which LLM is used? So for coding, I would suggest Codex is good, and for videos, right now multiple tools are available, but I would not recommend anyone, because still you will get few ambiguities in terms of tool, because hallucination is there in video generation. So for coding, Codex I would recommend, or else you can go for Notebook LM. So these tools I would recommend. Sir, are the basics which are needed for training AI and ML model? Kedar, as I have told you, fundamentals of Python you should start, then explore the statistics, explore the mathematical fundamentals, then go for the core AI concepts, ML concepts, and then move towards the frameworks. This is the roadmap which you will have to follow. Instead of N8N, can we use any other tool for AI agent? Yes, you can use different agent, Pujita. Different tools are available as per your requirement. So don't rely and use specifically Chat GPT for all of your purpose. That is my suggestion, which I would like to give. You can have different tools based upon your requirement. If you are looking for research-based stuff, you can go for Gemini also. You can go for Kimi also. For an data analytics, Rishikesh, I would suggest first try to explore data visualization, data pre-processing, and then try to go for certification of data analytics. Is Gen AI replacing data science? No, I would not say that Gen AI will be replacing data science. Both are different technologies, both are different things. Yes, Puneet, Opal also you can use instead of N8N. So a number of applications are there. That is what I'm telling you. It's completely up to you. What is your task? What is your purpose? Depending upon that, you will be able to learn. I hope another question is there. So can we predict the past data and train the module? Then that time, which module is mostly used? So Gen AI, generative AI algorithm itself, you can use. GAN, you can use. Kedar. Nirusha, your question is, I'm not able to see your question. So can we predict credit consumption in Snowflake for prediction? Which tool is good? Yeah, for prediction, Nirusha, for prediction instead of Snowflake, you can use other tool like Kimi is the tool which I would suggest you can use. That is the recommendation from my side. Kimi. This version is very powerful. It is creating revolution. Yes, Nirusha. All right, that's it from my side then. I hope all the queries are addressed now. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity. I would like to thank Learnomate team for giving this chance to share my knowledge. Still, if you have more doubts, you can connect with me on LinkedIn, everyone. Thank you so much for your valuable time. Have a great time ahead. Keep exploring these tools and techniques. Still, few more days are left for this beautiful series, which is started by Learnomate. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your knowledge.
Thank you.
You can leave the meeting, sir, now.
Okay.